Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Thursday, February 11th, 2016. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, is calling on citizens and residents to give the new High Command of the Royal St. Christopher and the Nevis Police Force their fullest support and cooperation. In an address to the nation on Tuesday evening, Prime Minister Harris announced the nation's newly appointed Police High Command team. The Prime Minister said the appointment of the new High Command team has been designed to bring the force to full strength, complete with newly promoted and enthusiastic senior police officers.
I am therefore pleased to announce that the Police Service Commission has made the following recommendations to His Excellency, the Governor-General, Sir S.W. Tapley-Seaton QC, for the following appointments. Commissioner of Police, A.N. Quealy. He has overall accountability for all policing matters. The buck stops with him, and he must hold all subordinates accountable for performance. Deputy Commissioner of Police, Hilroy Brandy, has responsibility for the Service Improvement Directorate. Assistant Commissioner of Police, Terence James, has responsibility for Operations Directorate. Assistant Commissioner of Police, Andrew Mitchell, has responsibility for the Crime Directorate. Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mercelin Hughes, has responsibility for Administration, Resources, Technology, and Intelligence Directorate.
According to Prime Minister Harris, the new Police High Command will be placed on a 12-month probationary period and will be held to account for their individual and the Directorate's performance.
Their Directorate's policies, plans of action, and actual actions taken will be assessed, measured, and openly reported to the Cabinet. The High Command, as indicated earlier, will be supported by professional mentoring to supplement leadership and command training to which they are being exposed. The new Police High Command team has been carefully selected because they are, at this time, the very best police in hope of our nation and are the most capable of taking on an exacting individual and collective challenge. It is time for our local talent to bloom and do positive things for our nation.
Prime Minister Harris said all gazetted police officers and the new Police High Command have been given what he described as a brand new toolbox with which to prove themselves in their new roles. These appointments would create vacancies in the ranks from which the new High Command has ascended, the Prime Minister also noted.
A truly transparent process of selecting officers to fill these vacancies through promotion has been undertaken. Recommendations are being forwarded through the proper channels to the Police Service Commission for its consideration and determination. In due course, the public will be advised of these new appointments.
The Prime Minister also made this announcement.
Mr. Stafford Liebert, our acting commissioner, has taken a well-deserved vacation leave. Mr. Liebert has given nigh 40 years service to the police force. This is no small feat. At the end of his vacation leave, Mr. Liebert's expertise and experience will be utilized elsewhere. Acting ACP Vaughan Henderson has been transferred to the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Mr. Henderson, who holds a law degree, successfully pursued his legal education certificate in 2014. He was called to the bar, thereafter making him eligible for professional legal practice. We are happy to be able to afford Mr. Henderson the opportunity to hone his craft as a lawyer solicitor. We expect that he will serve his country well, and I wish him every success in this new endeavor.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris. Meantime, the appointment of a new High Command of the Royal St. Christopher and the Nevis Police Force has come in for high praise. Federal Cabinet Minister and the Deputy Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, has lauded the appointments, emphasizing its historic nature and diversity. The new High Command comprises Commissioner of Police Ian Quealy, Deputy Commissioner Hilroy Brandy, Assistant Commissioners of Police Terence James, Merslin Hughes, and Andre Mitchell. Via social media, Minister Brantley congratulated Commissioner Quealy, noting he is a young, dynamic, and a people person. His task will be Herculean, Minister Brantley said, expressing confidence Commissioner Quealy will perform with aplomb. Minister Brantley also congratulated Deputy Commissioner Hilroy Brandy and the first female Assistant Commissioner, Merslin Hughes. The work of the police has become more challenging, and there is a need for the entire community to help to secure harmony and peace in the country. Premier and Minister responsible for security on Nevis, the Honorable Vance Amory, made that note as he addressed the Constables Awards ceremony on Saturday. Peace and security, the Premier said, are the basis on which the country must formulate its advancement and economic development.
And it is necessary that all of us in community, church, civil society, in the schools, in the homes, see our responsibility as part of fighting crime and preventing crime.
As a senior minister in the National Unity Government, Amy noted that the Prime Minister and the federal government have been strident in their stance against crime.
The government and the police cannot solve crimes alone. And those of us in community who the police seek to protect and serve, we must come forward if we know of any incidents of crime so that we can make the task of securing the peace and safety of our country easier and make it more palatable for all of us. All of us in community have to take this challenge seriously. And as we celebrate our young, courageous, dedicated, and committed officers, we must give them the support morally, but we must also provide the support in terms of evidence and information.
Premier Amory also expressed appreciation to all who offer support to the Royal St. Christopher and the Nevis Police Force.
I want to thank all of our supporters, all of our members in community, all of the people in the business community, in the church and civil society who continually give support to our police force. And I want to appeal to all of us, even as we ask God to give us guidance and to help us to fight against crime, and as we ask Him to protect us against criminals and criminal activity, that we must remember that God helps those who help themselves.
Premier and Minister responsible for security on Nevis, the Honorable Vance Amory. Still to come,
that there are several important dates to be aware of as they relate to claims and objections other than those already mentioned, and I wish to draw your attention to a few of them.
The details after this break.
Welcome to Nevis.
It's easy to believe that all Caribbean islands are the same until you visit Nevis.
Nevis is the Caribbean of a bygone era.
You will enjoy a most intimate vacation on Nevis. You're only a stranger here once.
We offer exclusive and barefoot luxury stays.
With only 400 hotel rooms, our island may be exclusive,
But the warm, genuine and friendly welcome is just everywhere.
We look forward to meeting you.
Visit nevisisland.com.
Welcome back. Pink Lily Cancer Care is making a plea to persons who have O positive or O negative blood to give assistance to one of its clients. Founder, Director and Awareness Coordinator of Pink Lily Cancer Care, Lee Paris Cambridge, made the call today on behalf of the Government Road resident.
Today I'm making a desperate appeal for one of our clients, and he's very well known here in Nevis. His name is Patefield Andrew, better known also as Premier. He lives on Government Road, Charlestown in Nevis. He's also well known for working on the boats. Mark Twain, and so he's no stranger. Please help him. He's in desperate need of blood, and he can take O positive or O negative. I appeal to you to help him, and also he needs finances to help for treatment that is going to help to prolong his life. Please, this is a heartfelt plea. Valentine is just round the corner. Show some love. Please help Patefield. Go to Alexandra Hospital, go to the lab and tell them that you'd like to be tested to see if your blood is appropriate for his treatment. So O positive or O negative, please help today.
Founder of Pink Lily Cancer Care, Lee Paris, Cambridge. Supervisor of Elections Elvin Bailey has advised registered voters of several important dates of which they should be aware as they relate to voter registration claims and objections. Bailey had previously announced that the annual register of voters was published on January 31st, with the deadline for giving notice of claims and objections being February 10th, 2016.
February 15th will be the publication of the list of claims and objections and mailing of notices of claims and objections to the persons so concerned. February 22nd would be when the objections to names on the register will be considered. February 25th will be the date for the publication of the list of objections to claims, and February 26th we will mail notices of the objections to these claims. March 7th would be the date for consideration of objections to claims, and on 31st March will be the publication of the revised register of voters. That is, the publication of the revised register of voters for the year 2016.
Bailey, the host of Democracy at Work, advises that this is a very important exercise in the electoral processes of the nation, and the public is encouraged to treat this exercise with seriousness. Meantime, in a subsequent edition of the program, Bailey advised voters to be aware of the registration officers who are responsible and report to the Supervisor of Elections. 2 registration officers cover the 3 electoral districts in Nevis.
The other constituencies are in Nevis, and they are Nevis 9, whose registration officer is Mr. J. Calvin Foy, and his area is the parish of St. John Figtree and St. Paul, Charlestown. Nevis 10 consists of the parish of St. George, Gingerland, and Nevis 11 is the parish of St. James, Windward, and St. Thomas's, Lowland. Both Nevis 10 and Nevis 11 are covered by registration officer Mr. Nelson Stapleton.
According to Bailey, there were also assistant registration officers at the electoral offices. They deputized in the absence of the registration officers. Over the last 3 months, the Rotary Club of Lyamega has been engaging a group of more than 40 professional and community-minded young adults who have now formed the Rotaract Club of Nevis. Latoya Jones is the club's president.
The Rotaract Club of Nevis has 5 club service committees. We have the Club Service Committee /PRO. We have the Community Service Committee. We have International Service Committee. We have Professional Development Service Committee. And we have the Finance Committee. In Rotary, we live by the 4-way test. Of all the things we think, say, or do, you should ask yourself these questions. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all? I am not just asking those in Rotary to learn this or to apply it to their everyday life, but I'm asking you, the general public as well, to ask yourself these questions before you set out to do something. If the answer to one of these questions is no, then I would ask you not to do it. If all the answers are yes, it means that you're on the right path and you should continue to do what you're doing.
The other executive members of the Rotaract Club of Nevis are Vice President Mikia Mills, Secretary Keris Elliott, Assistant Secretary Somish Gishard, and Treasurer Tanisha Mills. A member of the club's board of directors, Raji Hanley, spoke to us about a fundraising activity for which the club is soliciting the public's support.
we will be having a Valentine's Day raffle. It's going to be with regards to, the prize is actually a dinner for two at the Nisbet Plantation Beach Club. We would like to say thanks to our sponsors. The tickets are only $20, and the funds actually going towards club development and social development of our youth. You can actually get tickets from any member of the executive, or you can send us an email at nevisrotaract@gmail.com, or you can contact us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/the Rotaract Club of Nevis.
Hanley also spoke about the two other activities which the club will be hosting.
We'd also be having a tin drive, which we intend to have launched next week. Basically, you just have to look, we'll be having tins located in our different business places. They can actually be identified by the Rotaract's logo. Our logo would be on the tins, and we are asking persons to make their donations, and the donations which are made are actually going to be going back into the community. And we also would be having a bake sale coming up at the end of this month. More details would actually be announced once we have everything confirmed.
The Rotaract Club of Nevis's Board of Directors also consists of Rihanna Kozia, Asha Parmanand, Ayana Charles, and Dylan Griffin, who are heads of the club's service committees. That's it for this evening's edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Good night.